I just want to drive up and down the streets because the streets of St Andrews are the heart and soul of the place. Where can I go? You've got 3 streets. If a town only has 1 street, it's a bit rubbish. So it's got 2 streets, you can go up and down, or down and up. But if it's got 3 streets, then there seems like an infinite number of patterns. You can go up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up. You know, it just goes on and on. You can do all sorts of meandering, and you can move between the streets. And it's the streets which are this is nice. It's the streets which are the, I don't know, the arteries, I suppose. So you'll have to forgive me if I drift off into silent wistfulness occasionally. Ah, man. It's the buildings, the architecture, the colours. It's just, the greys, the different shades of grey. I know it doesn't sound brilliant, but it just brings back so many happy memories. Okay, well, back in St Andrews. Here behind me we have my first hall residence, Andrew Melville Hall. It's supposed to look like 2 ships colliding. I was never down when I was walking the streets of St Andrews, I don't think. I remember when I was on my own and I ordered Chinese food in a restaurant, and I couldn't sit in because their tables were full, so I had to order takeaway. And I had to eat it in a doorway in the rain. That was one of the most depressing times. But never walking. There's always things to see, and always people to meet. You never knew who you were going to meet while walking in the streets of St Andrews. Because being at uni, the number of people that you know you might stop and say hi to, compared to high school, it just blows up. It's just exponential. So this is the physics and maths buildings. For 4 years I used to walk along here, and go straight into the physics and astronomy building. And the Maths Institute is just there. Went in there in the first couple of years for lectures. I still dream about this place sometimes. But it's one of these streets down the left here where I got caught up in a drive-by squirting. Somebody squirted a water pistol at me from a car, which at first I thought, then I thought, okay, well, here we are, David Russell Hall, St Andrews. There's the old cinema, the new picture house, which is ancient. We saw a Reservoir Dogs there, I believe, and The Usual Suspects, after which walking home with the guys was, it's just amazing. It's like dissecting the film in your head, you know. Well, we also saw Eraserhead there, which was like interesting. I didn't drive much in St Andrews because I had only just passed my test and didn't have a car. But I occasionally drove my mum's car or my dad's car. Is that a wedding? Oh, coming up for 30 years. 30 years ago. Yeah. I mean, if I knew more about the town and had done research, I could be saying lots of interesting things. I often dream about that place. No idea what's in there. I suppose I can always voice over again later from my green room. You know, a lot of my uni days were taken up with like avoiding, not avoiding lectures, but avoiding studying and just sort of bumming around and then cramming before the exams. Kind of bittersweet memories of feeling adrift sometimes, not knowing what I'm doing. I spent many hours in my final year project not understanding what was happening, completely out of my depth. No idea how they let me wing it. I'm cruising, I got a car, I'm cruising. No idea what's down there. Not looking for a parking space. Ganachie House. I hope St Andrews hasn't been hit too hard by the whole pandemic situation. It probably has. Like everywhere else. There's a wee cafe. Oh, where Kate met Wills. Yeah, that was after I got here. I came here before it was famous. Spent 2 years at David Russell Hall. 90. It's my third and fourth year because I realised it's second year at Fife Park that I couldn't cook and I couldn't look after myself properly. I needed somebody. I needed a cleaner. I needed a cook, somebody to look after me. Oh, the rocks and the stone walls, the little houses, the strange parking arrangement, the cathedral. It's just so. I mean, it's lovely in the sun. It's like perfect in the sun. So this is the end of the three. This is the end of the fork, basically. The middle street we can't get to from here. We have to go to the South Street, I think. St Leonard's School, not sure what's down there. Looks like a bit of an end situation. So here we are in the beach, St Andrews. Here we have the North Sea. It's cold, it's wet, it's big. The people in the sea swimming. The beach stretching for miles, and then the dunes. It's all very pleasant. The golf course. And then you've got the nice buildings here, the old hotel. So this is the South Street, if I believe. What we just drove along was North Street. Market Street, that's what it's called, Market Street. Market Street was my favourite because it was all cobbled and I don't think you can really drive on Market Street. And I'm just getting hit by like 4 years worth of memories, all jumbled up. They're kind of coming at me geographically now. This is... Oh, there's Market Street down there. There's lots of shops now that weren't here before. Lots of shops that I can't remember very well have gone. Jeanette's Gelateria, no idea what that is. Oh, it's popular though. Everyone's wanting their ice cream. They say that the place is supposed to be sinking at a rate of a few inches a year, but it doesn't look like it's sunk that much to me. Spoke cycles. Like the tree-lined streets. Where do you get that these days? Tree-lined streets. Hustling. It's just a great feeling. Like as soon as I got out of the car, it was the smell of the sea air, the breeze, the pollen, starting to affect my eyes a bit. It's funny, nostalgia. 51 Club. roles, optometrists, Zizzy. People looking at me as if I'm doing a documentary. Christian Institute. Oh man, look at that old shop. Oh, it's beautiful. I need to get a proper shot of that. Alright, that's the one-way system. Roundabout, there's a church. And it's just much more sociable staying in halls. It's more expensive, obviously. There's so many more opportunities to mix with people. You've got your people you live in the same floor with. You get people you sit down, eat dinner with. You got people you meet at the cafe. People you meet at the vending machine. St Andrew's Shawarma House. Oh, that must be, is that curry? I don't know. Oh, this is Madras College. Oxfam Cancer Research. I used to volunteer in there, one of those shops. Kilt makers, yeah, need kilts. There's Madras College. We went to a couple of Christian Union things in there. Madras College is also not about the curry. Brewdog. Craft beer for the people. Oh, the cellar bar. Am I really going to be able to not drink in the cellar bar? Oh, it's still open. Oh, it's still open. Right behind me is the aquarium. The cafe. It's now almost 5 o'clock, so people are starting to head home. Right, I'm going to go to the end of South Street. Far more interiors. Ah, St Andrew's Brewing Company. There's a lot of pubs with tables outside now, obviously, because of the pandemic and stuff, probably. Oh, Cotton Panta Coffee Shop. Oh, there's the... Oh, what that used to be called? The Feathery Firkin. Now it's called the Saint. Oh, I can't go out here. No, it's a one-way. Chris, you made a mistake, you dummy. It's been good. I wouldn't have been able to teach in Japan if I hadn't got a degree. I just wish I'd used it a bit more, that's all. I guess then I've got no choice but to go up the hosies. Go up the road with the cellar bar, and I drank so much in the cellar bar. I drank so much. I drank so much in St Andrews. It was dumb. Well, no, it wasn't dumb. It was natural because I wasn't to know of the negative effects alcohol has on the human body, did I? Oh, they used to have student balls, didn't they? I was like a drunk person, student ball looker after, for want of a better word. But I wasn't really needed. It was like a waste of several hours. Wow, it's like a real party town. There it is, the cellar bar. Aikman's Bar, St Andrews, original European. Ah, happy days. Haze travel. People dicing with death. St Andrews Wine Company. Oh, I bought bottles of wine there. People are like really conscious of the GoPro, which is kind of nice. It's like dealing with video people here. Oh man, I don't think I'm going to be able to stay sober throughout this trip. I think that's asking a bit too much. But then I don't really want to drink because I've got the wedding tomorrow. And it's a platinum, and I don't want to drink alcohol before a platinum wedding because I'll be dehydrated enough. And I'll probably have a headache anyway later this evening because I did some exercise yesterday. I'm already dehydrated. Oh, there's the Union up there. I don't know. I mean, I don't really know what else to say except that I have really fond memories of the beach here, as I'm sure a lot of people do. It's just so clean, so expansive, so sand-coloured. It doesn't have a bunch of seaweed on it. It doesn't have rocks. It doesn't have jellyfish. It's okay. Oh, go ahead. I could have taken out 10 pedestrians. There's someone with a road. See, it's the cobbles. It's the cobbles. Cobbles maketh a road, in my opinion. It's not going to do much for the video, but oh man, I just really hope that I'll bump into somebody that I know here. But the chances of that are minimal because everybody's gone. Don't remember any of these places. All I remember is there's a cafe here that I always used to sit in and write my diary. The diary that probably no one will read. Get out of the way, you dumb Boyd! Mountain Warehouse, Subway, oh please still be here. Luvian's, is that it? Oh, that's it. Ice cream parlour. It is, it's the old ice cream shop. Here we are. I wonder if they've still got the table I used to sit at. Bunkers, there's a big fountain. It's 3 o'clock. I never used to come here in the summer though. Always in the autumn. So warm sunny days like this one, it being the end of August, quite rare. For me, St Andrews is not a place for sunshine and heat. In my mind, it's a place of dried leaves and chilling temperatures and rain and studying. But it was such a good feeling. Like it just seems I can't all just be sugar-coated memories, because like it's the feeling that you have of being surrounded by history and knowledge and hope for the future and open-mindedness. Do I want to go all the way down there? No, I'm going to turn right. Nando's. Technically that guy should go first, but he's blindsided by human beings. And people are really just walking on the road here. They're like no sense of self-preservation. Oh, there's the DSB that I lost £20 at. I tried to take out £20 at the cash machine, and I just walked away after taking my card, leaving the cash in the slot. Probably because my mind was full of studenty things. I love this old shop. It's got gold lettering and everything. It's nice. I just wish somehow you could go back in time. But my most fondest memories of the beach are the beach parties that we had first and second year. At the end of the year, we would, I don't know, did carry a bunch of wood down to the beach, have a big fire. People would sit around drinking beer and talking. I wonder if I would get bored of this place again if I came to live here. I wonder if the students would get a bit annoying. I wonder if the tourists would get a bit annoying. I wonder if the golfers would get a bit annoying. After a while. Perhaps the rain, the three streets would eventually become slightly monotonous. You feel part of something bigger than yourself. But of course, St Andrews is nothing without the people, the friends that you made, the relationships, the shared experiences of faces. No, it's not nothing. it's still a nice town, even if nobody else I know is here. This would be better if there were people that I knew here. Drank too much in this hall as well. I just wish I could go back and tell myself you don't have to drink to enjoy life. I'm looking at faces now, trying to imagine if they are 20-year-older faces of people who I remember. I can't think of another place I would rather spend my final days, to be honest. Don't have time to. Oh, there's a hairdresser, so I could go in there to get my head cut off. I'm just trying to not kill people. I could have applied for a job in an electronics factory and probably not been very good at it because I wouldn't have been able to remember what I'd learned anyway. They would have expected a fresh, young mind who understood electronics. I didn't understand electronics when I graduated. It was as much a mystery to me, in fact probably more so than when I started. Here we are, coming up to the Students' Union, which seems to have had somewhat of a makeover since I was last here. And yeah, looks like it's had a bit of a refurbishment. Found a pint glass out here. Oh, very nice. Anyway, next is Fife Park, if it's still there. Oh, there's a nice park in there, a museum. I remember going to. I also lost my virginity and my religion here. It's very careless. Not here, not in the physics building. That's a nice place as well. Oh man, was that a dream or a memory? Oh, that's a nice place. Oh man, I used to dream about this. I used to walk up this road all the time. I don't know how I'm gonna leave this place. I used to walk up that road out to the middle of nowhere. I used to think it was. I had very, very many interesting existential experiences out there. I remember just walking, and I can't remember if it's a dream or a memory again, but I remember you just lay down in a field. And then instead of going to Aviemore and being a bartender, I would have gone to Motorola and then realised it wasn't for me, and then gone to Aviemore to be a bartender. So I guess I'm 3 months ahead of the game. Here we are, Fife Park. Oh, hello! Wow, this place is much nicer than I remember. Solar panels. What? Oh, I see what they've done. They've demolished the whole place and started again from scratch. So maybe that's what they did with David Russell as well, do you think? Muck Ross. Oh, that's the name of is that the name of the building? Oh man, I used to live there. And they've just raised it. I compare myself with other graduates. I keep thinking, what have I got to show for the past 20 years? What can I put on my LinkedIn profile? Director of Raptor Films Limited. Still not bankrupt. Chariots. Oh, I wonder if this is part of David Russell now. Wow. This is sweet. I wonder who owns these buildings. It must be the university. They must make a lot of money from students staying here. Wowzers. I'm not going to stop here and talk about my time in Fife Park because it's not the same. Plus I need the toilet. I mean, Edinburgh. Take Edinburgh, for example. Edinburgh versus St Andrews. Edinburgh is also a beautiful place. But I was never happy in Edinburgh. It was like I just couldn't find a group of people. Where I could fit in. I wonder if that's what home is, a group of people. That's the feeling I'm searching for, maybe. Oh man, it's so nice to be in a car and not a student anymore, because even though I am not a student anymore, I still feel animosity from the local children. I was thinking my way up here, we're all just tadpoles that have sprouted a tail and arms and legs, and we're just swimming away, just struggling through our environment, trying to make the best of what we can with what we know. Light, heat, food, company. It's slightly more advanced, that's all. It's funny how the mind latches onto things. It becomes, you become its slave almost. Let's go up here. I've got a feeling. I got a feeling. Oh, it's a church, it's a wedding. It's a big thing to get married in St Andrews. The only thing I don't like about the West Sands is it takes so bloody long to walk from one end to the other. Oh my goodness, imagine living in one of these houses with ivy on the walls. Oh my goodness, I used to know somebody who stayed in this hall residence. What's her name again? I wonder if I can just drive around there. Nah, that was always a girls' hall. I always felt slightly... University hall, that's it. I always felt slightly out of sorts while sneaking around girls' halls. Felt wrong somehow. Although, I wonder if they still do that with all of the non-binary stuff going on at the moment. I wonder if they're experiencing political pressure. All I can remember from his lectures is walking in and him playing U2 on a stereo really loudly and welcoming everyone in, and me thinking, this is going to be great. But I can't remember anything else after that. Dicing with death. I wonder if I can just go in here. I think I can. Might be easier to park here than in the park where the museum is. Oh yeah. Starting to calm down a bit with the midlife existential angst which befell me upon entering St Andrews.